Greetings. Welcome to this video. My name is Wa, if you don't know. And in this session, I will be talking about rebuilding and redefining self-love for those that have removed themselves from toxic situations, unfavorable situations, and are within their liberation and self-love journey. So the intent of this video is to help people. I say people because it might be applicable to some men as well. It's to help people that are redefining and rebuilding and healing from unfavorable relationship situations that they participated in. So let's get to it. One of the most important things that I noticed in this recalibration of self is that to assist with the rebuilding and redefining of self-love, one has to first, of course, remove themselves from the toxic situation, the unfavorable situation, to those that are still in the bounce and sway of it, still participating in the rotation of it. The first step is a removal and having the discipline to be authentic and true to self, to stay removed from that situation. That means that when the person tries to recirculate, come back again, you like, and it really is done because you've identified for yourself what I'm about to discuss, which is very important. So, one of the common things that people do when they are participating in situations that are out of alignment with their truth is they tell themselves lies. The most common lie is such and such loves me. And this lie affects their self-esteem, their self-worth, because they're attaching love to some behavior that's not in alignment with love. Behavior that doesn't nurture self-love and self-worth. Behavior that's not reflective of love, but more so a lot of times, or sometimes, depending upon the scenario, confusion, distortion, hate. So when people are saying, oh, such and such loves me, and utilizing that as an excuse or a reason to stay entangled, intertwined in the web, however you want to put it, when they utilize that as an excuse, then they are creating a situation with themselves where not only is this person with the unfavorable behavior abusing them, they're abusing themselves now at this point, because they're saying that this person's abusive behavior or this person's toxic behavior is love. So the first step to recovery from this type of craziness is acknowledging that this is not love. that this is not loving behavior, that this person doesn't love. Because when the person that is involved in this situation that they're not supposed to be involved in, because it's causing them pain and confusion and unhappiness, when they're lying to themselves, saying that this person loves them, they are not allowing themselves to move on, to move away, to step and make a stance for their self-love. So it's like they're lying to themselves and saying this person loves them. In all actuality, they're saying with their own actions is that they love this person more than they love themselves, which isn't harmonious if that person doesn't have loving actions. Because if somebody's going to sit up there and put somebody else before themselves and say that they love somebody else just as much as they love themselves, or that more, than that person needs to be on the same page, bringing in that same level of devotion, bringing in that same level of energy, that same level of love. If they're not, that's not even balanced. That's not even fruitful. That's not even fruitful. So, the first step to rebuilding self-love is stepping away and not letting those situations come back into play when they try. Because as many people have seen, people don't miss their water until it's gone. But so what? Bye. I mean, there's so much water. We on Earth. So many beautiful waters. So, anyways, back to the point. Identifying that this is not love. The behavior of the person that's, being unfavorable, toxic, abusive. Identifying that that's not love. Removing the lie. Because then you are actually stepping up, being true and authentic to self, and saying that's not love. So then you can start dealing with yourself from a real and truthful space of what is love. Love, you know what love isn't. And you've identified that. And you've stepped away from it. And that's beautiful. And if you haven't, and you know that you're in a situation that isn't love, based on how you feel, not the other person. Because the self-love journey is about being loyal to self. Okay? Like, it is a major theme. I wrote about that in my song, which is a very important step in rebuilding and redefining self-love. But we'll get to that point. But I do say that in the song. Be loyal to you, that's right. Because you have to. And anytime that you're dealing with a situation that's out of alignment with what's true and authentic to you in your heart, then you're not being loyal to yourself. You're being loyal to somebody else. And why? If it's not bringing you pain, it's not bringing you pleasure and satisfaction, and it's bringing you pain, then, well, I don't see the purpose in that. I'm all about, peace and love and happiness that comes from being in alignment with what's true for you. Not what's true for them. Because, come on now. People can have situations where everybody is just in service to them, and everybody's unhappy and uncomfortable. And, yeah, That's true for them. They happy as fuck. But how you feeling though? For real. So if you're happy, then peace. This video is actually about people, for people that are in unfavorable situations, or that are trying to leave unfavorable situations, or have left unfavorable situations. This is not for the people that are in happy situations. So I'm happy for people that are in happy situations, most definitely. You have done it. This is beautiful. And that's why you're here, to, live in your happiness. So, when you identify for yourself that unfavorable situation is not love, then you've empowered yourself and you're beginning the first step in rebuilding your self-love. It's like the first step to recovery of lost self-love. So now you can start the releasing process. One of the ways that is tremendously beneficial for releasing all of that pain and discomfort, lack of self-worth, and challenges of confidence and fear, all those different emotions, negative, that come from those type of situations, you can start to release through meditation and clear out your energy so that you don't attract any more of that energy in a different person. And that's a common thing with people, because they haven't took the time to work on their self and their healing. They'll just kind of attract the same or similar energy, but in a different person, because they still need to do more work on clearing out their energy so that they can attract what's true for them, what's in alignment for them, and instead of what they don't want, their worst fears or nightmares. So it's important to stay grounded on that self-love. Like, that's not love, but this is self-love though. So you stepping away from situations that are not in alignment with your self-love is your first step to building or rebuilding or refortifying or nurturing, whatever you want to call it, just your self-love. It's just a part of it. It's very critical. When people go back, when they lean back into those unfavorable energies and get in it again, then they're retaking on that energy of that person's disrespect a lot of times, especially if there's just an energy that's just way out of alignment. And if it's a disrespectful energy, then the person accepting that energy back is taking on that disrespectful energy, taking it back in, literally, which is counterproductive to self-love and healing, because it's like receiving that disrespect again, receiving that lack of self-worth, receiving that lack of self-love. All this counterproductive towards the self-love journey, as well as being available to heal completely and attract from a space that is whole and healed, which is what most people want. They don't want to keep attracting people that don't reflect what they want. And so once you've removed yourself and you start to get solicitations from people, you have to stay unaccessible. Unaccessible. What that means is you got to say a lot of no, because people are going to be trying to do what they do, get people involved in what they're doing in terms of live out their fantasies and stuff like that. So, if somebody is soliciting that is not in alignment with you, it, you don't go for it. You just, no, peace, peace, peace. It's like you just send them on their way because it's not in alignment for you. This is a part of, very important for women in their grounding, in their healing, so they don't get caught up in any compromising situations with aggressive energies. I remember there was this one brother that I met, and he was cool, attractive man, whatever. And he was like, I just want to talk to you. And I was like, we're not looking for the same thing, because, you're looking for a relationship and I'm not looking for a relationship. I am just in the space of my healing and I'm comfortable with that. I'm enjoying myself. And he was like, and I'm just looking at him dead in his eyes, talking just like that. And he's like, no, I got you. I want to have conversations with you about life. Oh, okay. So, after a while, I decided to give bro my number. And, I'm very picky about, this type of thing. So, bro gets my number. And he's like, yeah, I want to talk to you. I want to see you. Now, granted, my schedule is really full. So, for me to take the time to communicate with somebody is really just they're so blessed and privileged because my schedule is really that full. So I didn't really have the time to communicate with him, but I did, make an effort to be responsive to text and was like, oh no, I'm not available to talk right now because I'm busy, but I appreciate you and I look forward to communicating with you soon. It wasn't just like I was just non-responsive, just to be clear. Because I do want platonic friendships with men. So when he was like, we're going to talk about life, I was like, okay, let me consider that. Anyways, so he was like, I guess eventually he was just getting impatient. Like, this one right here is going to be a lot of work to put a lot of effort into this to try to get my plan moving. So he was like, he just got fed up one day. He was like, I really, really want to see you today. And I was like, why? And he was like, because I want to touch you. I want to feel your touch. Didn't I already tell you that we wasn't doing any touching? You said we was just going to be talking. But I appreciate him getting to the point of just fed upness. Like, let's just get this SHIT straight to the point. I want to feel you. And then I got straight to the point. That ain't happening. So that's a part of the self-love journey. It's just being real and authentic and true to self. Now, I could have been like, oh, I've been feeling a little by myself. People be entertaining that lonely energy. And then they want to sit up there and compromise and get involved in situations that they know are compromising with aggressive people that either you're going to have to box off or just submit. So it's just don't even put yourself in these situations with people that you ain't even trying to go there with. So if you know that they're going to be aggressive and overbearing and you're going to have to fight for your right to stay true to you. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm laughing because, that's the lyrics from a song. Not fight for your right, but, staying true to you. Anyways, people are mad impatient. They just are totally focused on sticking people. Dang. And it's like, it's in the self-love journey. What's so important about it? Because it's like, most women, they ain't trying to be sticked. they want something more than that. So it's important to stay in alignment with yourself and just say no. Don't be accessible. Like, I was totally inaccessible. Like, he just got to the point where it's like, this is too much fucking work for you. It's gonna be too much work to get your pussy. Sorry. Grown up video. No children watching this video. So, go ahead. Let them go. Like, you trying to have some real friends, not people that are just trying to stick around and seduce you. So this is part of the self-love journey that I'm witnessing, is that every time that you stay in alignment with yourself and you say no, it's rebuilding your self-love. It's empowering. It's helpful, because if you go along with those type of people that you're really not interested in, and you give yourself, whether it actually be physically or even mentally on any level, and you know that there's no alignment there, then it could just be, a reciprocation of something that is out of alignment, something that you're not interested in. That's why you wasn't interested in the first place. So, like, it's not good to entertain energy that you're not interested in. It's really important for the self-love journey to stay sovereign within your self-love by being honest with yourself. Don't make any decisions from a space of, loneliness or anything like that, because, how you lonely and you just got all yourself? Don't even make any sense. It's like, when you really are allowing yourself to get filled up with yourself. Now, normally, somebody being full of their self is a very negative phrase, but there was a brother that wanted to marry me. I didn't want to marry him because he wasn't in alignment with me. Matter of fact, I talked about him in a video. He's the one that was like, he is probably the pimp of the prostitute. If you watch the video about I think I talked about that in the last video, but whatever. That brother, he was like, "You are so full of yourself." And I had never heard that phrase before. Like, nobody had ever told me that before, because I'm like mad humble, and I don't have any reason to be that way. I mean, I see beauty everywhere. I'm able to, my chart says rose-colored bifocals, not rose-colored glasses, rose-colored bifocals. That means I be trying to see good where ain't no good. So anyways, but to flip it on the self-love journey, when you're redefining for yourself and rebuilding and nurturing yourself in your self-love, you got to be filled with yourself. You got to fill yourself up with yourself, your values, what's real and what's true for you. So it was quite appropriate for him to say that I was full of myself, because I wasn't about to be full of him. I didn't want him. So, it's good for the self-love journey to be full of you. And I mean that in a holistic way, not an egotistical way, not like bratty, bitch way. No. Not one of those people. No. But just like totally absorbed in yourself to the point to where you ain't going to be putting up with no BS that is out of alignment. Yeah, be full of yourself in that way for sure. Because it's like, it's total waste of time. And that's what I had recognized in that situation when he was like, "You need to marry me." And I was like, because what I've seen, I seen those traits those similar energies. Remember I told you some people are attracting different people with the similar energies that they're not interested in. And I seen some similarity. And I was like, oh, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm not about to waste my time trying to play this game with this brother. And I know dang well he's out of alignment with me. God bless him. It's like no shade, no condemnation or none of that. It's all love, like self-love. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like you just gotta let people go and let them grow. Let them go and let them grow. Seriously though, you gotta let them go, let them grow. Because what is the purpose? It doesn't do anything for the self-love to get involved with somebody even deeper that you know is not in alignment, to experience more unalignment, which is counterproductive for self-love, because whatever shit that they got going on with them that you know is not in alignment with you, anytime somebody is dealing with that, then they're receiving all of that. They're receiving all that person's shit, all their toxicity, all their insanity, all their dumb shit. They're gonna take it on when they already knew from the beginning that that person wasn't even in alignment. That's just ridiculous, you know. And a part of the self-love journey is not making that mistake again, not doing that anymore, because you've already identified that that energy can't reciprocate love. As soon as you start to see those traits, as soon as you start to see skirt, right? I don't care what didn't happen. Skirt, stop, gone, peace. Oops, gotta go, gotta grow. Because it's important for the liberation, the edification, the validation of self-love. It's important. So, not being accessible, you're going to be saying no to a lot of stuff. You're going to be saying no to a lot of stuff, but it's going to empower you because you're staying true. You're staying authentic. You're not participating in situations that are compromising or degrading. Anytime somebody accepts somebody back in that's not in alignment, especially if this person has toxic or abusive behavior like sometimes people lie to themselves. They don't want to recognize that somebody's behavior is toxic or abusive. If you don't feel good after you talking or dealing with this person because you already know that they're not in alignment with you, meaning that you looking for something that they don't have. And we ain't talking about who they gonna be in however long it's gonna take them to grow. We ain't talking about that. Because it's like that's not even the now. So how we gonna be dealing with somebody based on who they gonna be in the future and they not even that person in the now though? I don't subscribe to that. I don't believe in that. You know, people that's doing that, you know, if that's working for you and you are genuinely, truly happy within yourself, more power to you. But this is for people that are unhappy and they are accepting people back who create this unhappy energy in their aura, in their heart chakra, because this person is not available for what they want. This person is not offering what they want. So then don't deal with them. It's counterproductive to self-love, to the rebuilding of self-love. It's lying to the self again because you're receiving this energy again, this energy that validates all of the distortion that those type of unalignments bring. So for example, if somebody has experienced lack of self-worth, lack of confidence, because this person brings that energy to them because they are not capable of totally honoring, revering, and just elevating this person that they're dealing with in a partnership, then what's being received is lack of self-love, lack of confidence, lack of self-worth, all those energies that bring down the person and make them feel confused about self, make them feel like they're unworthy, make them feel like there's something wrong with them. Well, the only thing that could really be considered wrong with an individual that is staying in a situation that doesn't make them feel good, or receiving again or taking back a situation that doesn't make them feel good, it's just their receptivity to that situation. Like, to take it back again when they know that it's not reflective of their self-love that they've identified for themselves. So it's important to say no to the drug. Because some of them people is like a drug, for no reason though. Like, that's nasty. Some of them don't even make no sense. I think that some people are addicted to the emotion of love, the love that they feel. Like, they want to feel that way about somebody. They want to feel that way about this person. So when they think of this person, and when this person comes back trying to vampire some more of that energy, they come back to vampire. And the other person is all up in their feelings and their emotions, like, oh, I love such and such, and that feels good. But when such and such is unavailable to reciprocate that love back, and then they just came to vampire some energy, then the other party is left to deal with that space where they have to rebalance themselves, adding on more things to heal and release. So it's very important to stay strong in the self-love. Stay grounded in it. Don't accept what's not in alignment. Don't accept what's not true to you. Be loyal to yourself. That's my advice, because it is a critical part of the self-love journey. Because if somebody can't be loyal to themselves, then they're just being loyal to somebody else's ideas. Okay, what are we here for? It becomes a matter of purpose. Is such and such born so that they can be a slave to such and such's ideas? Because at this point, if there's no alignment and the person is just in submission to something that's not even real and authentic and true to self, then they are in essence being a slave, because they've accepted a master, because they submitted to something that has nothing to do with what they really wanted. So then therefore they are a slave to such and such in all reality. So it's important to be liberated and free from situations that you don't want in your heart, like you truly don't want. And just to live in that authenticity, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's lonely, even if people don't understand. Because it's not about them. It's about being loyal to you. Because at the end of the day, it is your journey. It is your life. It is your soul. This is your incarnation. Your objective is to live it as you choose. If you are a sovereign being, if you are a being that wants to live in control of your existence, like by your own choice, like things that are in alignment with you. Because some people just say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to submit. They just say they're going to submit to something, for religious purposes, for, all kind of purposes. But then putting themselves to the side putting themselves on, just basically saying that what they want doesn't matter. What such and such wants matters because, and then give all these reasons to themselves. Like, well, this is going to happen like this, and then they have all these reasons. Again, in my opinion, they become a slave to such and such's mastery, basically. Because it's like they're not living free. They're not living in alignment with what they want. They've submitted to somebody else's mental. Like, anytime somebody submits to somebody else's mind, and it's not like it was an alignment, because if it's an alignment, it's just an alignment. You guys both agree on the same thing, and there's a harmony. Everybody's happy. But when somebody is submitting to somebody else's mind, then it's kind of like there's a master slavery thing going on there energetically, because it's like somebody didn't even want to do this, but the other person convinced them, and so anyways, the actual self-love mandates are being unaccessible to energy that's out of alignment. No. You're saying a lot of no's. And being okay with that. Being okay with being by yourself. Being okay with going through your healing. Being okay with meditating, releasing, clearing the energy so that you can attract from a whole and holistic space. Being true to your vision. Some people don't have a vision of what they want. I didn't. I was just like one of those people where I didn't even know what I wanted. And that's at the beginning of my self-love song. I said I didn't have a vision of what I wanted, so I got swept up in the streets into the imaginations of boys trying to be kings. And, it's just real because it's like, everybody is here to do what they want to do. But for some people, they really are trying to be their divine presence. And then others, they have a lot of other things going on. So that's what that's about. Now, another cool thing about rebuilding and validating your self-love is through expression. I like to write. I write songs about my experiences, and it's very therapeutic because you can see where you've been and where you are. And this is a validation and nurturing in the self-love process because you can actually visually see through what you're creating and writing what you've learned, where you were, where you are, and what you've learned. And you've learned, when you don't repeat those same cycles again. When you're grounded in yourself. You don't care about being alone. You don't care about, that, like, all that lusty stuff and all that other stuff. You don't care about that. And you just good with yourself and your healing and able to stay grounded in that. So expressing yourself, whether you write poetry, music, or you just writing about it, journaling. You can write a screenplay about it, or a book, autobiography. A lot of people write to release and see everything out on paper. Nothing wrong with it. It's actually very beautiful part of the self-love journey because, like I said, you can see who you were, where you're at, and what you've learned. And it's just a beautiful validation. I think is very nurturing to the self-love. So staying grounded, disciplined, healing, being unaccessible to unfavorable energies or situations. How do you stay grounded in that? Meditation, cleansing out your energy, being disciplined, fasting, grounding yourself in your self-love, meditation. Because now it's a meditation. A lot of times when people practice the lack of self-love meditation, then what makes it a meditation is that they continue it with different people. And they keep allowing different people to abuse them. And I'm not, when I say that, I'm not always talking about hitting, but just like abusive situations where people are abusive with their actions, in their words, based on their character and the things that they say and do that are out of alignment, which, can be abusive actions or energy that has nothing to do with, actual physical hitting, but other things. So anybody in those type of situations, liberate yourself, love yourself. Anybody having any of that energy trying to recirculate and come back and vampire some more, no, let them people go and grow. And you stay grounded in your self-love. And if you have let them back, that's okay, because, that's a part of the healing journey. That's a part of the lesson. I let a couple people back a couple times. But that last one, no. The one that was like, you are so full of yourself. He got just like vexed. I didn't let him back. That's why he got to say that to me, because I filled myself up with myself. I spent enough time with myself. I'm recording. Oh no. Okay, let me help you. So I had spent enough time by myself, about 4 years. So I was definitely filling myself up the whole time with an understanding of self-love to the best of my ability. And so I was able to identify immediately, that wasn't going to work out for me. Now, as we are faced with tests on our self-love journey, because there are tests, that come along, people that are not in alignment, I would consider them to be a test. I can't say that I fully passed that test because I was just like still allowing myself to be involved. But I did pass the part of just letting it go once it was confirmed that there was not going to be any alignment at all. Period. Instead of just, allowing it to continue on. Because a lot of times when people see that there's no alignment, they just continue to allow it to go on and on, when they know that this person is out of order for them. So, this is a spirit, this same, similar spirit, just in a different brother. It's hot. He was mad, like, wait a minute. You're supposed to give me 4 years like you did the other ones. Spirit was mad, like, I want a vampire another 4 years. Nope. Don't be letting them people linger around. Let them people go, let them grow. Because the self-love journey is about actions that are loyal to self. So, dealing with somebody that's out of alignment, whew, that's such a broad thing. But it's a nice way to put it though, right? And allowing these people to recirculate, and trying to give them a chance, trying to give them like years to get into alignment. It's just like, in my opinion, a waste of time, because the people that I actually did, proactively strive to assist to get into alignment, like waiting for that and proactively assisting with that, it just didn't work out. They didn't ever get into alignment. So I wasn't going to do that with a third one. And Spirit was mad. Like, what? You caught on to this? You're supposed to do this cycle again. In the same exact way. What you learning for? So, I think that's what the Spirit was vexed about, honestly. Because it's pussy everywhere. Everywhere. And we in Los Angeles, so all you gotta do is go on Figueroa. Unfortunately. God bless them, sisters. No, people should not be going on there. People should not be standing there. But anyways, like on a serious note, there's so many women. There was no reason for him to get upset with me. I didn't do nothing to him. I was just saying, no, I'm not going to participate in that. But I think it was a spiritual thing, because his spirit was just vexed, like that I wasn't going to get entangled. Ooh, my tea. Uh-oh, how do I pause this? Pause. It's beautiful to love yourself, to stop something that's not working for you. It's beautiful to stop yourself from continuing on with something that's not in alignment for you. It's beautiful to stop something in the name of loyalty to yourself and your self-love, because so many people just be in this space where they're just sacrificing themselves for so many different reasons, and at the end of the day, they're feeling unhappy, unfulfilled, because they're dealing with some master-slave relationship energetically, because they're submitting to something that they don't really want to submit to. So I think that it's very important to be the master of yourself and be in situations that you want to be in. So for people that are still striving to let go of stuff that is disharmonious to their soul, disharmonious to their heart, I wish you all the love and healing to set yourself free. And to people that are striving to redefine, rebuild their self-love after being in the reciprocation of the energy that was counterproductive to self-love, I wish you lots of success in your grounding and healing. It made me even stronger to cut that situation before it became a full-fledged repetitive cycle. Because once I noticed that it was a cycle, I stopped it. But we all have intuition that tells us in the beginning, like, don't mess with that person. And that's the really highest authentic space to be in, to not even entertain. And then that's where I'm at now, 5 years later. I don't entertain anything that I'm not interested in. But it took that last time where it was just so like, it was just too much. But me stepping away from that and not allowing it to take away another 4 years of my existence in this body, like, the other situations, the other two situations did, it was liberating and empowering for me. And I think that people on the self-love journey, when they cut out those cycles and those people, whether it's person number 1 or number 2 or number 3, when you just stop it, it's empowering. It validates your self-love, and it redefines it and builds it, because you're saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to. Be loyal to me. That's right. I love that song. So, but it literally describes my self-love journey. Pardon me, a tea that I'm drinking. So, sorry, it's just like every time telling the tea and drinking the tea, basically. So, when you are rebuilding, like I said, it's good to be unaccessible for however long you need to be for your healing, until you get to the point where you feel like you have mastered your reality, and those magical beings start to come out of the universe, somewhere out there in the universe. They just start to, manifest. Then it's on and cracking. Right? You get to enjoy love as you have defined, because you created this new self-love, this new reality. But you have to give it time. You have to heal and nurture it. And this is like when I say you, to those that are it's applicable to. We're giving ourselves time, because like I'm in the self-love journey. So we're giving ourselves time to heal, to master our reality, to manifest our complete inner happiness, and just flower it all around us. And who don't like come into a garden? And so the self-love journey is beautiful, and congratulate yourself on loving yourself, on saying no. And if you accidentally, like if you're still playing that game with yourself, that, oh, he loved me game, or I love him game, that's okay. It's a part of the self-love lessons, the self-love journey. It took me 4 years twice. That's 8 years. This is ridiculous. But I met a sister that said it took her like 15. So like, and literally like, the universe, I love the Most High. I love all the divine energies around me, because like one day I was just like, you wasted 8 years. I was having like a little tantrum, inner tantrum. Like, only people that heard it was probably just third eye spies or something, but like an inner tantrum. And I was like, 8 years wasted on people out of alignment. And I was just like having this inner tantrum conversation with myself, complaining. And then this sister I met on the train was like, you are so lovely. And we start talking, and she started talking about she had to leave this brother after 15 years. And she just felt so shattered because 15 years of her life was gone. 15 years allowing somebody to vampire her energy that she knew was out of alignment with her. 15 years of lying to herself, saying that this person loved her when she knew that the way that this person loved her was out of alignment with her essence, her soul, her mind, and her heart. It took her 15 years to finally get up in the name of self-love and say bye. But that's not my story. And hopefully it's not your story. And then to anybody who has done anything like that, at least it was done. I had to tell her, like, at least you did it. Because there's some people that will die in those type of situations because they don't want to be loyal to themselves. They don't want to live for themselves. They want to have a master-slave relationship. And that's okay. You know, because maybe somewhere in it, if they're not being abused, then they're becoming a saint. So, by self-sacrificing. And so, yeah. I mean, like, if it's been 15 years, that's a blessing that she finally did it. But she felt hurt that she waited that long to finally relieve herself of something that was just causing her pain. People accepting pain in the name of love. Don't even make no sense. Not do it. It really don't when you really actually think about it. Because those two things just don't even go together. Like, that's some witch. That's just, no. I mean, I get it. People like want to justify stuff and say that, you know, it's okay. But if you're here to be authentic to yourself and create your reality, because your soul came here to be the master of itself, right? There's no reason to subscribe to some ideology or projections that are not conducive to what you want truly inside. It's like if it's disharmonious, if it makes you upset, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, makes you feel insecure, if it makes you feel less worthy, if it makes you feel like you're less of the supernatural being that you are, if it makes you feel like more like a slave and less like a master, then I wouldn't subscribe to it. And there's people that take a long time to get to that point where they finally unsubscribe from that mental capture, that captivation, that captivation, you know. And that's okay. Because the self-love journey is multifaceted and it's different for everybody. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful to take the time to heal. It's beautiful to step away from those situations. Close the door gone. Ain't no more door. It's good to close the door and delete the door for certain situations. Especially if they're like severely abusive. Like, so closing the door, deleting the door. No door. No opportunity. Let that person go and let them grow. Hopefully, you know, they grow and do better. But waiting on people to get into alignment, I no longer subscribe to that because I tried it and there was 8 years of time. Actually, hold up. A little bit more than that. It was like almost 10 years time almost a decade spent. Yeah, because it was like 4.25, and then I think another 4.25. So basically a decade wasted or spent, learning and identifying self-love. Because a lot of the time I was taking time to self. Some people don't understand that when they're in the healing, the self-love, self-healing phase, they can't allow themselves to be penetrated. And we're talking about the, feminine gender. They can't allow themselves to be penetrated by that energy that is just out of alignment. So when I say, that time frame, for me personally, a lot of that time was spent not being sexually active with those people, in those two individual situations, but just basically like taking time and assessing self and assessing what I wanted and assessing them and restricting access. So the reason why I'm saying how many years is because I think that some people feel bad if they let somebody back after a couple months or a year, and they know that that person ain't right for them. They know that that person hasn't changed. They know that that person hasn't reached their level of reciprocation. Maybe they got a little bit better. Maybe they became a better human to a certain degree. Maybe they developed some better character traits. Maybe they have grew. But are they on your alignment though? Are they able to reciprocate what you need? Are they able to be in alignment with you? Are they able to give you what you are seeking or what you desire? And the answer is no, then let them go, let them grow. Because you have to stay loyal to you, loyal to your self-love, so that you can create what you want. Like, do you want to be happy and, manifest your alignment with your divinity? Because then that is just an authentic space of just like not dealing with things that you don't want to deal with. And attracting what you do want to deal with. So we're in the self-love journey. And one of the ways that I've been staying disciplined and grounded in this aspect of the healing journey is meditation. I've been practicing meditations now for 14 years. Healing ones. And because everything's a meditation. So, I'm talking about like actual specifically healing meditations, that work on the psyche. I've been doing those for 14 years. And I'm grateful for them. Sometimes some of those tests, like to come and make people feel like their work has less value, or like it's being undone, or like, some of the aspect of that is that when people get involved with people that are out of alignment, like we learn in divine sexuality, because I am a cosmic sexuality instructor, basically, is that, and okay, so let me talk about that really quick. This video is getting too long. When you study more and you find work that is actually validating and in alignment with the way that you feel and the way that you see things, is very beautiful. It's like, wait a minute, I am in alignment with my self-love to even have manifested this course. Now, I was going to make a joke about something, but I'm not going to go there. So, being in alignment with yourself, being full of your self-love will help you eliminate situations very quickly, will help you stop keeping situations going on and on and on. And it will also align you with situations that are validating to what's inside of you, to what you believe in. You know, I done met two virgin brothers. Like, seriously. Now, had I been still messing around with those lustful lusters that just want to have sex with every damn body, then my mind will still be thinking about those type of people that have no sexual discipline. Okay? But since I've been cultivating discipline and sticking to myself in the self-love journey and being grounded, I've actually met two virgin brothers. These grown men that value their virtue. And I know I was talking about, the cosmic sexuality course, divine sexuality, but those two things tie together because me being in alignment with my self-love and focusing on that, I attracted things that are validating to that. Me being focused on virtue and divinity, I've attracted people that are in a space of virtue and divinity in their own right. I ain't saying they saints or nothing like that, but they're virgins. And they're men. And I was like, whoa, are you serious? How amazing. That's amazing. So what you focus on in your self-love journey is going to attract to you. I was focused on intimacy being a spiritual act for elevation and meditation. And I got that reminder by reading one of Ra Nefer's books. And in the book, he spoke about intimacy being a meditation for elevation. And it was just like, it just resonated. So years later, as I decided to stick to myself and heal, I come across cosmic sexuality, divine sexuality, which is totally in alignment with what I had already been affirming for myself. Excuse me. As a single person. Now, the actual practice of it, that's beautiful, but we're not there yet. And that's okay. So, because actually, practicing it with a partner. Now, I guess I am practicing it with myself because, when people are practicing the self-love journey and they are focused on their self-love and their healing, that is an aspect definitely of cosmic sexuality and divine sexuality because it's about the purifying, the healing, and the alignment. So yeah. Anyways, very important. The more and more you stand your ground on your self-love mandate, you get stronger in it. You stop those cycles before they even start. You start to attract people that are embodying virtues that are cool. that you would want to see in a partner. It doesn't mean that those people are going to be partners or that you want to be partners with those people. I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about the attraction field getting better. Because at first, I had a jokers trying to talk to me. And now, I have a virgin trying to talk to me. I think that's just adorable. But you know what? Let me stick on point. The attraction changes. What you're attracting changes. That doesn't mean that there's still not going to be tests. People that are just striving to get some energy, that are out of alignment. And you just keep passing them tests and letting them people go along their way. Meaning you don't accept their solicitation. You are unaccessible. Unaccessible. You don't even have to be accessible to energy that is embodying virtues, some of the virtues that you're seeking. You don't even have to be accessible to people that are embodying some of the virtues that you're seeking. You can be accessible to somebody that is in full blown alignment. So, and I think that that's important because, I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip this right now. My virgin man friend, it's a possibility that I embody virtues that he would like to see in his partner. But that doesn't mean that there's alignment there, because even though I'm embodying some virtues, do I fully embody all the virtues that he's seeking in a partner, or all the virtues and characteristics that he's seeking in a partner? And I think that's important. The reason why I'm saying that is not because, I'm looking to embody all of the virtues and characteristics that somebody is looking for. I don't even care, yo. That's where I'm at in my self-love journey. It's like, whatever. Literally, like, now. It's like, whatever. Because I'm not there. This is about, I'm in the phase where I really need to focus on self and healing. So it's really like, I'm not saying that from a space of like, it is something that is a thought for me. I just mean it in reference to like advice, like to the collective. Like, somebody might embody some of the virtues and characteristics that you're looking for, but if they don't embody all of them, then that's not considered alignment. And that's what you should be seeking, is alignment, because you want someone that's right for you, and not a situation that, now it doesn't mean that there's not going to be, growth and things that the people have to grow through that are together. Nobody's saying that that's not going to happen. But the point is that the things that you grow through will be in alignment. It will be in alignment. It will be beautiful at the end of the day. You'll learn and grow together. But when people actually get into situations with people that they're out of alignment with, that growth is painful. It's so much better to experience growth in love and alignment instead of growth in pain and out of alignment. So I discussed making sure that you identify what's love and what's not love, and not utilizing the emotion or the addiction to the emotion of love to allow something that's not love to continue to come back into space. Remove the door. It's gone. No hate, no shade. Peace and love. You know, it's just like the self-love journey. Love, self-love, loyalty to self, liberation, the master of self. Sometimes you gotta let them people go and let them grow. So, number one, identifying what's love and what's not love. That's fortifying. That's fortifying to the self-love because you took a stance. Now, staying grounded in that stance is fortified. It's fortifying the self-love. No, it doesn't matter how long it takes. I utilize those number examples because sometimes people have to understand that this is a process. Excuse me. So if you let somebody back 4, 5, 6, 10 times, that's okay. Just because you've let it linger on doesn't mean that it's meant to keep lingering on forever. Not unless you just want to deal with this unalignment forever until it becomes an alignment. Some people be all up in the next lifetime with that shit. Like, trying to get alignment. No. Not for me. Stay away. Bye. No alignment here, no alignment never. Not interested. So, but that's me though. Because, 4 years or 4 and a quarter was enough for both of those situations. And somebody was like, you were supposed to wait all eternity. I actually heard that. Like, come on now. Like, that's just like, egomania. Seriously? Like, somebody's supposed to wait for all eternity dealing with your toxicity? What? Because what? Your soul is more important than their soul? What? It doesn't even make any sense. Like, seriously, it doesn't. I'm sorry. I was like, nice fantasy. That's not gonna be me. No, wait for you're supposed to wait for eternity. Out. Bye. That didn't even make no sense to me. So, nope. Now, people be thinking how they supposed to think. And then sometimes they be thinking like, because it's part of their lesson. They in their classroom. So they get in their lesson. And they can keep on with that lesson. You remove yourself from their crisis. Literally. That's a lyric in my song. Shoot. I was like, what that thing? I had to learn how to get out of their crisis. Seriously. Lost and sacrifices had to learn how to get out of their crisis. Man, literally, I was lost and sacrificing myself in the name of love. And I had to learn how to get out of their crisis. Like, this song totally describes what I dealt with in both of those situations. Like, seriously. And I know people are out there going through that, losing themselves and sacrificing for love. But it's not really love, though. It's just kind of like a sacrifice. A love that they feel the other person is not able to reciprocate in the way that they need it to be reciprocated, which is a problem for that person. Had to learn how to get out of their crisis. Because, like, literally, like, some people be having a crisis that you got to learn how to get up out of. Because they just all over the place. So, very important to nurture self-love, remove self, no matter how many times, but then, know when you're finally done, finally be done. Liberate yourself. You become the master of yourself again, and that's a beautiful thing because you're no longer submitting to somebody else's idea of you, somebody else's fantasy. Like, yep, I got her in my fantasy doing what I want to see. Fuck what she want to be. You never know what they be saying. They have a whole rap about that shit in their head. Man. So it's like, just let them go. Let them grow. Like, for real, though. If they're not in alignment, let them go, let them grow. So nurturing your self-love, rebuilding, strengthening it by closing the door, eliminating the door. No door, no opportunity. All love, all peace, self-love, liberation. So being unaccessible to out of alignment energies, stopping it before it happens, or if it happens, stopping it before it continues on to be another cycle. Stopping it. It's okay. It's a part of the self-love journey. It doesn't mean that you're defective or something's wrong with you. It just means that you have to heal on all levels so that you can be in an embodiment of your true authenticity. Like, what's true for you. I mean, you didn't took this time to yourself because you ain't fucking with no bullshit. Because you've eliminated the bullshit and you like, okay, I'm dealing with myself. I'm loving myself. I'm healing myself. And then from that wholeness, that self-love, all love surrounds you. And I'm only talking in song lyrics to my songs, but it's just from my heart. This journey of self-love is from my heart. And hopefully my music, as well as these videos, can be an inspiration and help to those that need it, that are in these type of situations, whether it was of the past or of the present, whether you are still trying to release or you have released in your healing. If you're still trying to release, more power and love to you. Eliminate the door, become unaccessible, strengthen your self-love, liberate yourself, be the master of yourself. For those that are strengthening self-love, re-identifying it, because as we know, a lot of us, those situations that are not supportive of self-love are shattering, can leave people in depression, getting fat, and all kind of changes. Heal. Release it. Release it, release it, release it. Keep releasing it, keep healing. Keep releasing, keep healing. Keep releasing, keep healing. That's all we can do. That's what I'm doing. And some people don't have nothing else to do but continue to try to, waste their time. But you just stay on your healing and ignore. And you just let them go. Let them grow. Like, you don't even see their solicitation that they're trying. It's just like, okay. Somebody knocking on the door that ain't even there. Somebody knocking on the door that don't even exist. That's how you gotta see it. Because, like, you're not gonna respond. Because you've already grown. You've already learned the lesson. You've already moved on. You've already broken the cycle. You're not gonna repeat it. So they trying to cycle you into something that's not even in your existence anymore. They don't even. They have to realize. The people, the vampires, they have to realize when the person has elevated themselves beyond that, there is no more cycling in because they're done. So the vampires or the unfavorable people or the people that are out of alignment, however you want to play it, say it, however it's applicable, those people need to realize when the cycles are done, when they're broken, when they're over with, when they're deleted, when there's just no more opportunity. No door. No. They need to see that and just go grow. So, much love and light to everyone on the self-love journey. This has been my offering to those that need it, that are finding themselves in a space where they need to release for self-love, or they're trying to rebuild self-love. If you're trying to release, be strong. Be the master of yourself. Liberate yourself. Let it go. Let yourself grow. Fortify yourself in your self-love by saying no and moving forward. Removing the door. No more. You're breaking the cycle. So you can start to live from a space of self-love and authenticity in your choices, even if it means you're going to be alone for a period of time. That's okay. That's better than accepting back energy that is counterproductive to the work that you've done on your healing and your self-growth. Because as we teach in cosmic sexuality, anytime that people partner with people that are out of alignment, they are actually pulling from the person that's been working on their alignment. So let's say there's somebody that's been evolving, and then they get back with the person that's not evolving, then the unevolved vampire is going to steal energy from this person, which makes this person feel like they're less conscious and less evolved than they were, because in theory they are, because they just got vampired. They gave away some energy. That's not going to be reciprocated. So it is very important to stay true to your self-love and let them people go and let them grow. Bye. Let them go. And it's all love, you know, you're not being hateful, like you still love, you're so love that they're not in alignment, because they're not love, because they're not exhibiting love, they're not in a loving actions towards you. That's why you need to let them go. So that's my message. And hopefully it was massaging to your mind and your heart if you're in the needing to let go or having letting go and rebuilding. Love of the self-love journey. Don't feel lonely. Don't feel depressed. Do your meditations. Do your fasting. And love the space that you're in. And don't think about those people, those unfavorable people in unfavorable situations. Stay focused on your virtue, your divinity, your healing, so that you can attract people, and situations that are in alignment with that. Like I said, when I took the course, I was like, oh, wow, this is exactly the way that I feel it should be. It was validating. Meeting the virtuous brothers, the two virgin grown men. It's like, it's validating because I'm in a space of virtue. And to meet other people that are holding virtue, meaning they're not out there just like, being lustful for no reason, dissipating their energy. It's peace. It's beautiful to start to see the attraction clear up. So don't judge yourself if a joker come up with a cigarette talking about, can I have your number? Don't be thinking you'll have alignment. I remember when that happened to me, I was offended. I was like, are we still here? Are you serious? Like, how do you figure? And then I got all upset because I'm like, you know what? This is energy. Should tell you that I'm not the motherfucking one. But that's egotistical in a way. But just the thoughts, just the projection, it's peace. It's the journey of learning. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm still receiving, confirmations that I'm getting into alignment with self through attractions that are in alignment. And when I say attraction, I'm not talking about, me being attracted to somebody and wanting to be with them. Let me be clear. I'm talking about people that are embodying virtues, that I've been meditating on within myself, instead of just seeing people, that are not embodying those virtues. So that's beautiful. Enjoy your self-love journey. And if you are in the releasing stage and you keep accepting back somebody that you know is not in alignment, just think about how beautiful it would be to actually be in alignment with somebody that reflects you in your energy. Somebody that is literally reciprocal of your level of love and devotion. Your reflection, in essence. Because this person embodies you in another form when it comes to love and soul. A lot of times people find themselves dealing with souls that are not even reflective of them. Souls that would just do things that they would never do. So it's beautiful to give self the space to heal and attract and align with a soul that reflects our soul, a soul that reflects your soul. That's beautiful. Versus dealing with somebody that you like, damn, I would never do that to you. Or dealing with somebody that you just does things that you wouldn't want to do, but, or maybe sometimes people are dealing with people that they kind of have to like transform themselves to deal with. Like, okay, so you doing this, now I'm doing this. When that wasn't even their plans. So it's like, it's complicated. I wish everyone the best on their respective journeys. Wish everybody lots of love and healing and lots of mastery on the self-love journey. Lots of love, lots of healing. And if you are in the stages of self-healing and self-love, rebuilding, stay grounded. Fasting, meditation, celibacy, abstinence. Those are really good things for people who need to stop cycles, break cycles, and heal. Peace and love. Thank you for watching. And if you find this long ass video helpful, please do share, because I do hope to help some people out there, specifically women. But if there's men that are having these type of challenges, then that's unfortunate. And I'm grateful to be of assistance through sharing. And check out the music, because, it's beautiful to listen to music that resonates with the journey. There's songs that I still remember, like 90% of the song, because it reflected an energy that I was feeling at that time in my journey. And that's the beauty of music. If you are on the self-love journey, check out my song Self-Love. Listen to the lyrics. And if you are indeed somebody that has been learning how to love yourself, it will definitely resonate lyric-wise. If you've been learning how to love yourself and dealing with situations that were unfavorable and learning how to release those situations, that's basically what I'm talking about in the song. So, this has been a very long video, but you create your self-love journey. In the song, I say true love will come to me, basically, and I say no lies will speak to me, because for some reason I had a situation. The last two situations, the people were like very fraudulent and dishonest for some reason. It was just tests, just being out of alignment and going along with out of alignment. So I was validating in my self-love story that I'm creating now that, love is truth. Love is going to be true. Love is going to be truth. Love is going to be true. It's not going to be a fraudulent, lying person. So, and then I even added in there, like, fraudulent folk will know that I'm woke. Don't want to waste their game on me, 'cause I ain't going to be falling for it. Be like, and that brother, the one that got vexed and was like, I'm going to touch you. And I was like, that's not happening. Man, that brother was gone. Like, he didn't communicate with me no more. Because, it's just like he realized that it was just not an opportune. So that's basically what it is. He was definitely fraudulent because he lied and said that he wanted to communicate with me talk to me about life. And asking somebody or letting somebody know that you want to feel their touch has nothing to do with talking about life, in my opinion. Especially if the person already told you that that's not what they're interested in. Physical, intimate interaction. If they already said that that's not what they're interested in, then somebody pretending to be on a level where they can communicate and that's not their intention. Their intention is to get some PUSSY. Then they're fraudulent. So that's like, affirmation in the song, fraudulent folk will know that I'm woke and waste their game on me. I mean, like, literally, like, he was like, damn, I'm not getting anywhere here. And then he disappeared. his game wasn't working. So, and then I will not fall for it. Too much at stake to waste my love away. Man, like, value your love, value yourself. Don't waste it on somebody that is not in alignment for you. Too much at stake. Your soul, your journey, your existence. Peace and love, light. And if you have found this information helpful, beneficial, please do share. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for your support. And looking forward to the next time we get to share space. Peace.